name is Moraya Mwangi, born in Nakuru, and have spent most of my life from around 5 years old in Nairobi. I went to school in Shepherd Junior for primary, Karoti Girls for high school, and I finally took my bachelor's degree at USIU Africa. My relationship with my parents has been cordial. As a middle child in a family of 6, I've had the blessing of just living a good life, a good family life from home. My parents have a very good background, and religion, Christianity in itself is the pillar of our family, and I believe that has really helped me in becoming who I am today. I am a consultant in life success and education. I'll break it down into two. The life success part of consultancy is more like life coaching for adults and children who have been through different life transitions and they need a guide. Constantly in life you'll find that you need a guide. We are that person for you, especially in the area of success. This goes beyond your personal plans, your family plans. You want to ensure that you achieve it. Our tagline is be intentional. We help you to live intentionally towards that success that you desire. In the educational consultancy, we consult for children who are struggling in the classroom. Struggling in the sense of their performance, in their attitude towards learning, just generally a child who is lagging behind, and they should have taken some milestones, but those milestones seem to be delaying, mostly academically. How long we've been doing this is for a period of about 6 to 8 years now for the consultancy, and at least over 10 years for the life success. Initially, we started as an image consultancy, but the business just evolved and it is now working well as a life coaching after a lot of training and investment to make sure that we offer the best service for our clients. Our achievements so far have been the joy and the ability to restore children who are previously not able to read, not able to write, not able to sit for exams fully because of some intrinsic factors. Intrinsic means some things within that child were limiting them from achieving their academic success. That is what we have been able to do. For other young adults and people who are not academically challenged, the side of life success is now blended with the educational consultations to ensure that we are not taking care of only one area of your life or the life of our client, but we are offering you a holistic picture of your life, of who you are, who you'd like to be, so that you come out just the best version of you. I started the life success, as I said, as an image consultancy. When you're in business, you learn to evolve with it. You can begin at one point and realize our niche is now becoming more clearer. We are realizing that this is more of an interest for us. So I started the life coaching as an image consultancy in 2011, and the educational consultancy started about 9 years ago now. The idea for my two businesses came separately. For the life coaching, initially, my friends and family would always look for me when they needed help with just final decisions. You know, I've done this, please help me make a final decision because you seem to have the knowledge, you seem to know a lot of things, help me make a final decision. Even in my journey of motherhood, I realized that many women leaned on my advice, they leaned on my insights, and I realized, okay, I think I have something to do or to offer, and that is where this idea of life coaching was birthed. Because after maybe I met you as a new mom or as an expectant mom, and we walked the journey through till your child going to school, or I met a child, or maybe even a young person. I've also dealt with young people. So the idea came from my circles. That was where the idea came from. So in case you're watching and people are telling you do this very simply, please listen to them, because there could be something there for you. The other idea for my educational consultancy was birthed during the long holiday breaks for children. One day I was coming from work and I just wondered, these children have been playing the whole day, literally playing the whole day. And because I had children of my own, I thought, why not bring these children together in the afternoon for reading? And I believe that was a very good idea for me, because it is there that I learned there were children in grade 3 who were not able to write well, who were not able to read well, who could not even spell simple words very well. And when I consulted with their parents, they gave me the opportunity to help these children recover. So again, the idea for this business was born out of my circles. You know, it's nowadays business is not about these are the lines of business. There is no line of business that is strict or limited. Business is just what you feel God is calling you to do. And sometimes you might not feel, maybe you may not feel to be called to be a cashier, but maybe you want to be a part of that industry. So for me, that's where my business ideas came from. When I was registering my first business, I was still in employment. Like I said, I was testing the waters. So my registration of my business came from my savings, and I started it with about 6,000. That time things were not so expensive. Online had just become the new way to do things. When I was registering my second business, I also got the money from my savings, now that I had already left employment, and it took me at least about 12 to 14,000 to fully register and get the items that I needed to start off. I didn't start off immediately by going into an office, but I did everything from the comfort of my home. Also because when I realized my niche is unique and like the service is at least going to need a lot of learning, a lot of research, I just gave myself the time that I believe I required, and that is what has brought me to this place that I am today in my business. What inspired me to start the business, the first business of image consultancy, was inspired, like I said, by my circles. Everyone felt I was such a good teacher. I would explain things to anybody and they would understand it. So that inspiration, but that curiosity in me, maybe I could do it. And then now it has evolved into a CSR initiative, and finally a life success coaching business. So within all those spaces, I have also been evolving and transitioning to be able to serve that need in the market. The second business of educational consultancy was inspired by different things, but mainly from the children's book clubs that I ran. I realized there is a gap. There is a gap because these children are from different schools, different families, different backgrounds, but the need of reading, writing, spelling, and remembering were constant. So I took it upon myself to bridge that gap in learning, and so I have spent a lot of time in research and a lot of time using positive psychology to be able to serve the business. My business began to pick up just about 2019 after taking the psychology course towards completion, and I had figured out this is what my niche is in psychology. I want to study learning processes. I want to understand learning journeys. That is where my business began to pick up, because every other thing fell to the side. I wanted to know, why do we struggle to learn? What are the complications of learning? What are the joys of learning? How do I transfer the joy of learning to somebody else? So when COVID happened is when my business just took its own organic growth. People would call, and I noticed that the business was growing because up to now, up to now, because of the uniqueness of the service that we offer, 90% of our clients that have gone through the journey successfully with us were referrals by word of mouth. When someone tells you in business, this is the right person for you, you kind of take it with more weight than responding to a flyer or an advert and then just seeing the results happen in hours, because our tagline is we help your child or you learn whatever you need to in hours. So I noticed that the business has grown when I was able to engage for bigger assignments, engage for shorter durations with faster results that are lasting. Yes, that is how I noticed that the business has been picking up. Some of the decisions that I have made so that I could stay on course in my business were that first, my business is not about me. Second, God is the author of my business, because it's not something I would say I had planned as a child to do. Third, another decision is that the world needs me. So because I am needed, I must show up, I must be relevant, I must be consistent, I must be able to pull myself up when I feel low, I must be able to ask for help when I need it. So those have been some very tough decisions when I have felt like I have done all there is to do, I have planned the best way I know how, yet I feel like this is delaying in my business. So the decisions to remain focused, disciplined, relying on the word of God, relying on provision from the Lord, because I am a believer, relying on God to send me to the right field, because my work sometimes feels like a mission field. I come into this mission field of children that are desperate for love beyond learning. You understand? So I feel those decisions have been a great pivot for my business, because when I removed myself, I feel sad today, I feel unwell today, I have to remind myself that I am not the source of the business, and when I'm unwell, maybe I just do what I need to do, take care of myself, then take care of business as God enables me. So it's not all about the money, it's not all about the success that I want to come so fast. It's about working with the Lord in my business, and I can assure you that those steps, they are more sure than when you send yourself to a mission field, because whatever you would encounter there in business and you are not ready for it, might come even in your walk with the Lord, but then you feel safer, you are not caught off guard, and that has been my experience. Some challenges, as there are in any line of business, that I have encountered are in the educational consultancy. When parents begin to see the results, they take away the child. They say, the child is better, only to come back after 2 years and say, I wish I did the full term. So the challenge for me there has been to deal with more damage because of the results that I presented quickly to the client, which I could not hide or deny. So it's just that human being mentality or aspect of, the problem is now fixed, let's go. So that has been one of the challenges. Another challenge that I have faced is how to sustain the business during those economic tough seasons when lending rates from banks and other places are so high and you need to keep your business afloat. In the life success business, one of the challenges I've faced is that when the rubber meets the road and people, maybe I'm dealing with a young adult and we have an issue to confront, and then they jump ship. In this line of business, it is purely not on you. You know that the person who is looking for that assistance must want to see themselves through. But naturally, if you're already past 20, you know you have a right to say no. So I cannot go beyond the journey of somebody, which has left me earlier feeling, oh, I let down my client, I let down my business. But I always continue to just keep those people in good faith, check up on them through their parents, through any contact that I have, to make sure that they are well. And I believe by the grace of God that, eventually people will value that coaching process to be able to see it to the end. So those are the challenges I've faced, and they have really helped me to grow in my business. Yes, I have thought of closing down, mostly when the greatest time I thought of closing down is when I was going through a life transition that I had not prepared for, and I needed to make quick decisions quickly and still remain focused. And the first thing I thought was, okay, how would I live without the business? Maybe I should just put it on hold, get my life back on track first, and then pick it up. But I realized I drew so much strength from the outcomes of my business, and I thank the Lord that I did not shut it down, I did not postpone it, I did not put it on hold. So yes, those thoughts do come, but I believe that the word of the Lord is there to strengthen us, the community of believers is there to strengthen you, mentorship is there to uphold you and just show you this is an option for you right now. Instead of shutting down, maybe you should just put some distance from the business as you're sorting these things out, but make sure that you do not lose your presence in the business networks. So far, in the 2 divisions of our business, we have been able to achieve great results from the children that we work with. When we blend in the service of learning and life success and success mindset, the outcomes have been overwhelming. The words that our clients use are fantastic, miracle, great opportunity, worthy investment, and we know we couldn't have done it without the Lord. We know that these achievements that we've been able to achieve on behalf of our clients or as guides to our client, they have come because we are always seeking the will of God, not just for the business, but for our clients. A client could come in, oh, this is the issue. No, the child may not just be struggling in class because of a class matter. Maybe it's a home issue. If we didn't have the word or the Spirit of God to direct us in that way, then maybe we would not be able to help that child overcome that. Another achievement we've been able to achieve is probably just a strong presence online. We were even nominated in the Women of Business Awards, and we have received some accolades among, our circles for the unique work that we are doing. So we thank God for our journey so far, and we look forward to greater things. The effect of COVID-19 on my businesses was that we were able to recreate what we had purposed. We were able to take time and recreate it in a timeless way. Maybe to explain that better, when you're in the early years of your business, everything is running maybe on your word, on your presence, you have to be there. But then with COVID and realizing that you could not leave your house, and not only for a week, maybe a whole year, the way it took that long recovery time, we were able to go online and create systems that have made our business timeless. From wherever you are, wherever in the world you need our service, it's on the click of a button. That was the first effect on our business. The second effect on our business was that it grew because we were offering the service that was paramount for school-going children during that time. Children who had struggled, children who had online work to do, and they were not all children are friendly to non-present learning. We were able to facilitate that journey for them. So for me, those were the 2 highlights of the COVID-19 pandemic experience in my business. Another thing that maybe was part of our business during the COVID season is that what we didn't anticipate was that it was going to be a blessing in disguise for us, where our expenses were literally diminished and our income was multiplied. doing everything online and being able to see the results when those children went back to school, because there are many children who also got online learning from their schools, and when they went back, it's like they never were in class. But for us, because of our unique approaches, we were able to get that desired outcome. So for us, we made great profits during that COVID period, and from there, it has just been the sky is the limit. So for us, COVID was a blessing, a great, great blessing in disguise. During that COVID period, I remember one of the strengths, the pillars of strength for my business was research, a lot of research, because now you have the time. You're not spending the time on the road going somewhere. Before, parents put themselves together and started signing up for classes, and then also meeting these children online and seeing that there could be a hitch learning online. So I hung on mostly during that time by research, reading. I love reading, I enjoy reading. So I read at least 4 books every month. I spent a lot of time in prayer also, seeking God for, the new norm. Where was my business going to fit in the new norm? How was I going to present myself? The greatest thing that also, by the way, was birthed during this COVID season is that we went through a total rebranding process. When we went global, if I may say, when you go online now, anyone can reach on the click of a button. God enabled us, or God guided us on who we truly were. So again, I feel COVID really gave us time to ponder on our niche, our core business, and how we were going to achieve it. So we hung on by just recreating ourselves, creating relevant content for our clients, being consistent, being present, and just facing every challenge as it came and tackling it, and just keeping on that cycle alive. To deliver, without losing content, to deliver valuable information and transfer it into lasting knowledge for the person that needs it. That is the ideal environment for our business. The government is doing great things, I would say, despite the different views. I believe the government is trying to do the best by the child, and I think for us in our line of business, the government would really be of great assistance in ensuring that, at certain progressive levels, or every progressive level academically, they are including psychological assessments, that they are including different teaching approaches for the different brains in the classroom. We believe that that is a very, very viable thing that the government would consider, and also just so that when all those children meet as adults, which usually happens later on in life, no one is poorly placed, that everyone is above average and everyone found their own roadmap to their destiny in life. Yes. The future plan for my businesses is that we will be able to penetrate the markets, get in and engage with other stakeholders in the different areas of business, because learning is the one constant thing in any business, and being able to train teams and individuals, be able to permeate classroom spaces and make learning enjoyable. And what we hope to achieve is that there'll be better outcomes, bringing the rates of poor performance to a lower number, a lower count. Yeah, so that in every institution, everyone has done well by the standards of learning, not by the standards of grading, but by the standards of learning. These children, or these young adults, or these grown-ups who are in now the master's class have been able to bring out the best of their learning abilities. So our great target is to transform learning spaces and just influence learning journeys for people towards their greatest successes. Anyone who is interested in starting a consulting business, my advice to them would be, first and foremost, get a mentor, get someone who will work with you, someone who will remind you the fire you had when you were beginning. Don't go through the journey alone. Keep yourself engaged in the area of work that you're interested in. Show up for that area that you want to run your business in. Find out what's happening socially, what events are there, what spaces are open for you. Just show up for your business. That's very, very important for anyone who wants to present their business this day and age. You can have all these beautiful brands, but if you're not there personally to talk about what your business does, then no one will really understand it. For the youth, maybe I would say that money doesn't come at the end of the month. For each business, it won't come on the first month, maybe as much as you'd want it to, because business is really, it's organic. Business has to grow. Business even with capital, you might invest 10 million, but chances of you making 80 million from that 10 million might not be on the first month. Okay, so you have to pace yourself, understand that a business is just growing yourself with it. Don't separate yourself from your business. Don't hate your business when things are not going very well. Just own that business. Spend sleepless nights about your business, because those are the little investments that make you who you are 15 years down the line. You understand what you expect from your staff if you've done those jobs. When you start a business and maybe you're 2 or you're 1, you still have to have a cleaner, a tea girl, a messenger, a technician, a director, just between the two of you, or among yourselves first, and then now you begin to outsource for that. When you have someone new coming into the business and you've been running that business yourself, you know what to expect. But what happens mostly is you want to start and then hire. So even you don't know, what do I expect of this person? So don't be so quick to hire. Understand how many hours would be needed in sales, how many hours are needed in this other area, how often are we sending out communication and things like that. So take the time to understand the running of the business so that you'll be able to expect worth and value from anyone that you'll hire in future. I hope this has helped the youth. Our business is called Alpha Consultants. It's the covering for the 2 divisions of life success and success mindset and educational consultancy. We are located at Magharibi Plaza in Nairobi West, where you will get the different services that we offer at a tailor-made price for you. The services that we provide are consultations and minimum durations of 9 months of engagements for our clients, so that whatever need they have has already been adopted into their lifestyle by the time we are releasing them back to their normal day-to-day activities. Those are the services that we offer. So we'll give you success mindset classes, which are considered as coaching, as well as consulting on educational matters for your child or yourself at whatever capacity that you need us. I would like to take this opportunity to thank PrayerCaveTV for the amazing work that they're doing, the online presence of sharing these different journeys, so that wherever we are getting empowered, and we know that we are not walking alone. So thank you so much, PrayerCave. Continue doing this, and may God bless this TV station and its work now and always.